Yo, what up, YouTube? Another one for the journal. It's I don't know if it's going to end up a short one or not, because I tend to end up rambling, don't I? But I've been watching a lot of motivational videos lately. Jim Rohn's one of them. Brilliant dude to check out if you want to make a success of your life and stuff. I'm a little bit late to the game because I'm 39, but you can change your life at any point, basically. And in my case, it took having a little girl to realise, that I needed to step up. Now, when I was young, like I'm going back to my late teens sort of thing, I used to convince myself that I'd be a millionaire by the time I was 25, right? Now, I tried hard, don't get me wrong, I tried hard, did all kinds of different things, but I had no direction in life really back then. And I also started getting into like substance misuse and stuff, and that totally destroyed my sense of direction in life. Which, by the way, I'm clean of all substances nowadays since being a dad. The only one that I struggled with was cannabis, and I've recently, within the last year or so, managed to kick that one. So proud of myself for that, to be fair. But yeah, I started this video to basically say, because I was just watching one of these motivational things, one of the ones I've just watched, it's like a compilation one, so I don't know exactly who's put it together. But there's a dude on it that says he wanted to basically make money to free up time in his life. And that got me thinking, it made me think, that's the reason deep down why I got involved when I was younger trying to make money, because I wanted to free up time in my life. Now, the realisation that I've just had, is that's pretty much what everybody out in the hustle is doing. They try to free up time in their life by making so much money that they don't have to work or whatever, which also is a bad mindset, because if you do listen to Jim Rohn, he says, that's why the good Lord makes sure them people don't get rich, because they give up. But basically, what I was thinking, where people end up stuck, try to earn money to free up the time in their life. It like pans out the opposite way around, basically, a lot of the time, for these people. And basically, so we all set out, for example, to make money to free up time in our lives, but then we spend time in our lives trying to make money, mad, I think, and don't get me wrong, by all means, I'm not rich at all financially or anything. In fact, I'm considered low income, basically. But in the last, I would say, decade, or almost a decade, probably the last 8 years or so, I've come to terms with what money I do have. For example, I typically don't live above my means, and financially, that's made a big difference in my life, because I think being satisfied with what you do have makes a big difference. And about 10 years ago, I went through a bit of a depression sort of phase in my life, and I had to drag myself out of it eventually. And what do you call it? At the time, it was like the worst period of my life, However, looking back, it was a time in my life where I actually appreciate that I went through it now. plainly because it's made me appreciate the smaller things in life. Now, in order for me to get out of that state of mind at the time, because nothing seemed to be going right, even when I started to drag myself out of it, I just felt like everything was kicking me further and further back down. At the time, I basically I had to appreciate the small things, such as like the trees growing and the grass growing, and uh, the just the smallest things that people take for granted. Yeah, um, and once I got onto a role of doing that, it really, really helped me to overcome it. Um, Blessed to my family because my family have been there for me through thick and thin. My mum and my little sister are like, I can't even describe. They've always been there for me basically. Now, and likewise, I've always been there for them. They mean the world to me. Um, I'm Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to speak about my situation with my daughter right now because I'm not able to see her. But that's coming because there's no way you're keeping a dad from seeing their daughter, basically. Or any parent. All parents should be able to see their kids unless they're completely, weirdos, basically. You know. Um, but that's enough said on that one. So basically, yeah, just knocked me off guard now. But yeah, I would love to speak about that one, but I can't. But yeah, basically, because of my situation lately, I've been really focusing on a few things in life. Try to improve my own self basically because I need to be there and things like that. And I want to, since being a dad, I want to be, it's made me realize I want to live a lot longer, too. Because, I'm quite old having a child, basically. So, it's made me need more time, basically, in life. But yeah, since going through my depressed state, I've realized that health and time are so much more important than money. Money is important in a capitalist society, obviously. But as long as you've got enough money to eat healthily and you've got, a roof above your head and you're warm, to me, those are the main things. That's something. On my self-improvement thing, I've set myself a range of goals. Jim Rohn's advice, basically, set yourself some goals. And I've got multiple goals. I'm not going to read them out, but let me have a little recap of my goals. Number one, I've only just crossed off actually because number one were to get a journal. So I've gone out and got a journal. I'll read number two out. My next one is to stop smoking because I smoke cigarettes basically due to my ex habits and things like that, and so that's the next hurdle in my life. In fact, I can read number three. My number three one is learn to cook, eat healthy fruit, veg, and meat. Because I mean, obviously, I can cook basically, but I've never had an interest in cooking, so that's my next one. Well, after smoking, I can do it simultaneously, obviously. I can even read number four out. Keep fit, start getting into fitness, which I'm actually supposed to do my workout. So as soon as I've done this video, I'll do my workout. Can't read number five out, but number six, start. Well, that sort of coincides with number 3, doesn't it? Eating hell and eating well and healthy. Number 7 for me is learn math and start reading, because I've never been a reader, and math is a personal ambition of mine, which how do I explain? When I went to school, I had no interest in math, and my tuition was a bit, how do I explain it without sounding like poor me? Basically, the teachers in my school didn't have time for that. That they wanted to teach math in a certain way to certain people, and the ones that fell behind just got left behind, basically. I wouldn't say that much. So yeah, start reading. That is actually one of Jim Rohn's pieces of advice again. Number 8 I can talk about, but I'm not going to talk about. Number 9, try to find. Number 10 is to find my soulmate, because that, I'm sure everybody's out for that. Sorry. Find happiness and content in life. Well, I'm not too far off that goal, to be honest. And find a worthy ideal sort of coincides with that, doesn't it? And yeah, that's pretty much all that I've got that I'm going to read out on YouTube. So yeah, like I said, just a little random diary entry to my journal on YouTube. I'm now going to do me working out. And yeah, I originally made this just to mention the thing about time freeing up, money freeing up time. Yeah, but like people get it twisted and end up spending all the time trying to make money, basically. So yeah, peace and one love, everybody, and hopefully, in the next one, I'll be a little bit further on in my self. I don't know what the word is. Self. I can't even think. You know what I mean. Anyway, peace.